arena, or should I say stadium, to Brook Park. A lot of fans, there's a lot of mixed opinions. Some people don't want us to move to Brook Park. Some people want us to stay downtown. Some people want a dome. Some people don't want a dome. But if we do move to Brook Park, which is looking like it's going to be a thing, it will be a dome. So how do you feel about the whole idea of us moving to Brook Park? And how do you feel about us having a dome?
First thing first, for anybody watching this video, man, hit the like button. First thing first, though, if you have never been to a dome, you do not qualify for this conversation. We got a whole bunch of people that ain't never been outside Cleveland, Ohio, commenting about a damn stadium that they don't know about. If you go to Detroit's location, if you go to Houston's, any other stadium that's within our realm, they clear ours. Their stadiums are much better. Even their basketball stadiums in other cities, much better than what we have. So I think as a fan, I went to 10 games last year. So out of the 10 games, I went to 9 outside games, and I can tell you, I would rather sit inside rather than standing outside in the cold, hot, rain, no matter what the temperature is. I didn't feel like it was any less of football. Playing on the indoor side. So as a fan and a consumer and somebody that goes to games, I'm happy for it. Now I am concerned about how it's going to affect the city. We got to look at a lot of the bars, the restaurants, a lot of people that make money downtown on those Sundays. That's gonna be all gone. What Jimmy Haslam is looking to do is essentially to build a small mini city for the Browns. They're gonna have an airport. They're gonna not airports. It's gonna be near the airport, obviously, but they're gonna have apartments. Different leasing and abilities, and you're gonna also be able to tailgate there, have all different bars there. It's gonna be real similar to what Atlanta has for the Braves, where you go down for a Braves game. It's a whole bunch of restaurants, bars. So anything you're doing involving the Browns is gonna be done in Brook Park because that's gonna be everything's gonna be brand new. It's gonna be fresh, and that's where all the business is gonna drove out to. Especially when everybody's at the game, and then outside the game, everybody's watching the game in bars. So it's gonna be almost like a big festivity of the whole city being down in Brook Park, rather than now it being in downtown and everybody's more spread out because obviously downtown's a little bit bigger and it's not like a center. But now it's going to be like a center for the Browns. So it's going to definitely take a hit on the city of Cleveland. They're going to lose a lot of money from the revenue on Sundays. A lot of the restaurants are going to lose a lot of money from the revenue on Sundays. So I think that's going to be a negative for the city. But other than that, we're going to have to be the ability to host WWE, the ability to host March Madness, so it's gonna be good and to be able to, have concerts and stuff like that. It's gonna be able to bring more money in. It's just not gonna be brought into Cleveland. It's gonna be brought into Brook Park. So I don't think that's too big of a deal. I'm happy for the stadium, um, and I don't want them to build a dome, uh, I don't want them to not build a dome but renovate the new stadium. I think that's the dumbest idea ever. If you go and take a look at the new stadium, it's not too many renovations you could do. You got to think about it. Like, how long does it take you to get to the bleachers? It takes at least 20 minutes. At least 20 minutes. You have to walk around the entire building, go up the escalators 3 different times just to get to your seats. You know, think about how uncomfortable, how hard all the seats is. You just gotta think about it, man. I think a lot of people is used to certain stuff, so we don't like seeing change, and we're against change. But change is better. A lot of the stuff that people are used to in the city of Cleveland because of poverty or different other reasons, it's not always acceptable. So I think that's just what it is. People don't want to be seeing change, but I think it's a good thing. It's just gonna be kind of interesting to see how the Haslams, because Jimmy Haslam gonna pretty much be taking money out of everybody's pocket. Anything to do with the Browns, he gonna try to get you to come to Brook Park to do it. Tailgate, you gonna pay the tailgate. You gonna pay to watch the game. You gonna pay to go to the game. You gonna pay the park to come to the game. You gonna pay the park to come to the activities to do that. So he's trying to take over everything, and I think he is gonna be able to. So it's gonna be interesting to see how other bars and restaurants and stuff like that react to it. But what you think?
Yeah, I feel this. No, originally I was like, you know what, like I don't think it's a big deal because Brick Park, it's not too. I mean, basically, it is Cleveland for real, for real.
Yeah.
So I wasn't really thinking it was a big deal. A lot of people was commenting about it taking away the tradition of football because they feel like football should be played in natural weather and cold weather, and I'm like, shit, like Don't nobody really want to sit outside in November, December, in 10-degree weather and snow watching the game. Like people do it, but it'd be better if we could just sit in the dome where they control the temperature and everything is cool. You feel me? But somebody did break it down to me. It was funny that you were saying about the whole downtown missing out on money because the bars they thrive off of the games. They tailgate as well. It's after parties after the games.
Yeah.
They feeding everybody and shit. It's a lot that go on downtown. And then the Muni lot is like a historical thing. Like that Muni lot, people rock with that Muni lot. So it just would be just different taking it from downtown and moving to the Brook Park. I think it could be a way where I don't know. Maybe they could renovate it and put a dome over it. I don't think the stadium is just like shit, you know. But it can be better though, and I think they could renovate it to like
Mm,
compromise.
I don't
But
know, bro.
if they got to make a new stadium, it can't be downtown. There's nowhere downtown for the stadium to go, and they're
You
not
got
gonna
to
be able to
think.
tear the stadium down and do all that when in the course of a year. They're not gonna be able to do that.
Nah, like definitely not. And then like he want to build the stuff around it. Like he wants these bars, apartments, hotels. He wants all. He want to control and get paid for all the stuff around it. So putting a dome on the current stadium gonna cost probably around the same amount, but it's gonna not have the extra stuff. So I understand why he don't want to put a dome right there. And he really just build it somewhere else because you're not gonna be able to build no hotel, no bar, no restaurants, no, he's not gonna be able to control the muni lot. Um, different stuff that he wouldn't be able to do, rather than just building it and taking it and buying a whole bunch of land and just building stuff on that land that he bought and trying to compete and take the business out of the city. So I think it's not gonna have like no negative effect. It's not like Cleveland gonna get no worse than what it already is. I mean, like it's still Cleveland. Like I don't know what level. I ain't trying to be ignorant. I'm just like I don't know what level people complaining about us going down to. Like it's still Cleveland. We still gonna have the same issues. We still gonna have a high murder rate. Like it's the city is what the city is. I don't think that's gonna necessarily affect anything, but it is gonna be different though. And y'all is gonna have to pay more money to be fans. So I hope everybody prepared for that because they gonna be charging for the muni lot now. And charge the park. You gonna have to pay like 25 an hour to park.
I mean, they already was charging for the mini lot though. You gotta definitely pay to get a spot down there.
No, what's the prices now though?
I don't know how much it is, but you definitely gotta pay to get a spot down there. So I mean, it wouldn't really be too different unless
No,
they
not
up the
the mini.
price.
I'm sorry, but I'm thinking of something else. But it's something I heard that he was gonna charge. Maybe it was tailgate, and that's the same thing though.
The
Charging for
same
the mini.
thing.
That's the same thing. I don't know,
But like
but
Brook Park, I think that even if they do move to Brook Park, with it still being the Cleveland Browns, I'm pretty sure it's going to be something negotiated where percentage of the revenue goes to actually the city of Cleveland, and with the state stepping in, I think that's going to probably have that happen.
mhm.
Because they know what's going on and shit. And then like you said, it do gives more opportunities. Like we can host things, we can potentially host a Super Bowl with a dome. We're not gonna be able to ever do that without a dome. It's just not gonna happen. Anybody about to bring a Super Bowl to Cleveland, the code. So that's where I'm pretty much at with that topic, though, man. That's what I feel. But what we can do is talk about this